All right, everybody. So here we are. It is a lovely Monday morning, and we're going to pick up where we left off last week. So what I'm going to start doing right now is I'm going to actually review the recording of our last class, because when I looked at the video of our last class, I noticed there weren't that many views. So I wanted to insert it into today's class just to review what we were talking about. So last class, I went back to this question: how conscious are you about the information you share? And two previous classes, some people said we're very conscious, not conscious at all. Then we had this discussion. I used this video from the Wall Street Journal about highlighting the metaphoric battle in business between Apple's Tim Cook and Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg. And we had students answer individual questions, but I'm going to pick up the video where we left off right there. These were the questions in the video. So that's me. I think most of you were there as well. The last two questions: what was Facebook's response to Apple's ATT in 2020? The last question: what was Apple's response to Facebook? So ATT is app tracking transparency. Now, who remembers what this was about? Facebook's response to Apple's app tracking transparency. That's a week ago. All right, I'll play a little bit of last week's class to refresh. The company that owns the app has to please.
Charges companies to advertise. These ads are targeted at you based on everything Facebook knows about you.
Here's an ad Facebook ran in the Wall Street Journal at the end of 2020.
Okay, here comes question number 3. Question number 3.
We're standing up to Apple for small businesses everywhere. Many in the small business community have shared concerns about Apple's forced software update, which will limit businesses' ability to run personalized ads and reach.
Okay, there it is. So this is what we didn't have a lot of time to spend on in the last class. I'm going to spend a little more time with this today. So Facebook puts this ad in the Wall Street Journal, business newspaper. We're standing up to Apple for small businesses everywhere. So what does that mean? Standing up to Apple for small businesses everywhere. That's where I'd like to begin this class. What does that mean, standing up for small businesses? What does small businesses have to do with app tracking?
I understand this phrase mean Apple is are in anywhere, everywhere, and before that was a leader company, but right now is big company in the world.
Well, that's the definition of a small business versus a big business. But what does it mean to stand up? We're standing up to Apple for small businesses everywhere. What does it mean to stand up to someone?
When you before was sit down, and later you Staying up.
No, that's not, you're taking the literal meaning. It doesn't, it's not
Yeah.
a literal meaning,
Sorry.
stand up. It's okay, it's a figurative meaning. Who could tell me what that phrase means? It's an idiom, to stand up to. We're standing up to Apple.
Is maybe the Apple is in front the every small business.
Right. So Facebook says Apple is hurting small businesses. And they're saying we are helping small businesses, but Apple is hurting small businesses. Does that make sense? Why would Facebook argue they're helping small business and Apple is hurting small business?
Facebook is giving publicity or
Yes. Exactly. Facebook publicity, that's advertising. Yes. So essentially what that means is, there it is. So essentially it means when, well, let's go back to what this debate is all about. It's about who remembers the app tracking transparency from last week? Let's hear from Domain or Marie or Fride. What was this entire feature?
for
What's the,
AT&T app tracking transparency.
yeah, this thing on the slide.
They ask if you want to give the permission or no.
Exactly. So that's what we've been discussing the last two classes. Facebook says this hurts small businesses. Why would this hurt small businesses, according to Facebook? What's their argument?
Because they can share the information now. They need to ask first.
Right. That's essentially what the feature is. Good job, Perla. Now,
I'm
why
not sure.
would
They are not the
Cleo
same
Main's
vision.
say more, Marie? The same vision? Yes. Why would they don't have the same vision? Keep going, Marie, with what you were thinking about. Are you still there, Marie?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean the same vision?
So, can I say that? I cannot find the right
No
word.
problem. No problem. Cleo Main, what do you want to say?
Same vision.
Okay, I can't quite understand you. So Facebook says we're helping small businesses and Apple is hurting small businesses. So let's break it down into the most simple terms possible. If your phone allows an app to track your information, how does that help a small business? Think about what Perla said.
What is the question, teacher, again?
If a phone,
Mhm.
if a phone is tracking your information, how would that help a small business?
How?
Yeah, how does it help a small business according to Facebook?
Because they share you information and they send you information and they can get money with that.
Exactly. So let's put a,
If you, if Apple asks you, if you don't want it, they can give you the information, your information.
right, and Facebook says that hurts small business.
Yeah,
But my question is how? What does small business have to do with any of this?
how the small business.
Yeah, because this is Facebook's big argument against Apple. To understand this, we need to create a hypothetical situation.
Mhm.
Who here has an idea for a small business? Actually in class, I've used you opening up a yoga studio as an idea for a small business. Let's do another hypothetical small business. Tavares, let's say you open a small business, any kind of business, maybe architecture. So if Tavares opens a small business for his own architecture firm, how does Tavares advertise for his business?
Because
How does he find clients?
he put in the publicity in Facebook, and the people see, or maybe the people Instagram in something similar is that is coming, and you can see.
Exactly.
You can share the website, and the company take everything and start sending emails.
Exactly. So Tavares might say, you know what, I will use Facebook to run ads. But how does Facebook run ads? Do they just put any business on their website that anybody can see?
No, you have to pay because they offer a different plan you can use when you are
For
business.
people see in the feed, you pay. For people see in the feed, maybe 1 time, 2 times a day, you pay for that.
Right. So Facebook is offering, so Tavares is going to say, I'm going to pay a monthly subscription for my ads on Facebook. But Facebook, who would Facebook send those ads to? Everybody or only people interested in his service?
For everybody.
Everybody.
No, that's not how Facebook works. It's targeted. It's targeted. Facebook is so effective with advertising because it's targeted. Now,
yeah.
You have your information.
Yes, it's different to Apple.
Right. Now let's go back to 2 classes ago. Remember, Norexi, if you click like on a yoga studio, why would you see an ad for Whole Foods?
Yes, clothes, equip, you can do keep fitness,
Right.
food, healthy
Exactly.
food. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's targeted. Remember Jennifer Goldbeck's lecture? Data science. Everyone's information, it targets them for different ads depending on who they are and what they like. If I want to run for political office and I am conservative, traditional, and I put my ad on, and do I want to send my ad to somebody who listens to hip hop or somebody who listens to country music?
Hip hop.
Oh, I said traditional, conservative. But so you get the idea, right? So if I want to send, if I'm a military and I want to recruit people to join the army, do I send my ads to people who watch action movies or watch romance movies?
Action movie.
Right. Does everybody understand how targeted ads work?
Or
Yes.
Yep.
teacher,
Right.
maybe too about what are you looking for in Facebook, because maybe I don't instance in construction, but one day I look in something about that. Everything
Well, yeah.
after is coming out about it.
Yeah. So who would Tavares is are opening an architecture firm. Do I want to, if I want to make changes to my house, I need to hire an architect, or if I'm a developer with a new building project and I need to hire an architect, who does Tavares want to target his ads to? Home renters or owners? Owners, right? Homeowners. So I'm looking for people who are maybe shopping at Home Depot a lot, making changes to their houses.
IKEA.
I'm looking, right, big investors. So somebody who might want my service, that's who I target my ad to. So if I'm Franklin and I have an architecture firm, I'm going to say, okay, target my ad to the people who really want my service. And I will continue to pay Facebook to put my ads, to send my ads to those people, and I will directly get those customers that I need. I'm not just throwing my ads nowhere. I'm only sending my business to the people who want my service. That's how Facebook makes money. But if everybody on Facebook says, don't track me on their iPhone, leave me alone, don't follow me, what's going to happen to Tavares and his small business? Is he going to get a lot of customers through Facebook?
No.
No.
Right, right. Let's say, Narexi, you open your yoga studio and
Yeah.
everybody on Facebook says, don't follow me, leave me alone, don't track me.
That's right.
He's going to say, I'm not getting any new clients coming into my classes. What's happening? Facebook is not useless, I'm not getting these new customers from Facebook that I used to get. I got to do something else. So I'm going to go back to the same question. Why does Facebook say we're standing up to Apple for a small business? It's challenging Apple. You are hurting small business. Why does Facebook say that? Perla, go for it.
No, I understand because Apple is in front the every small business that hey lost customers. They affect the business because it's Apple as don't I don't want it. How can the business found people for their go bigger and get new customers? But I think they need to maybe put more ads in.
Right. Now, I think more people kind of get this original question. Why, that was last week. Why does Facebook say we help small business, Apple hurts small business? So for instance, what if I'm a musician, I make music, I need to find the people who like the music I make. But if everybody turns off the tracking on their phone, I don't know who's on Spotify and what they're listening to. How do I get my music to the people who want to listen to my music? I can't. So it kills that. When you can't follow people on their phones, it kills the business model. Business model's dead. So here is Apple's response to Facebook. They say, no, 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 no. We are not hurting small business.
Which will limit businesses' ability to run personalized ads and reach their customers effectively.
I'm going to pause that and play it again. Okay, so that was me going over the question. Now here is Facebook's response to, I'm sorry, here is Apple's response to Facebook.
asking people for permission to use third-party data to deliver personalized
I'm sorry,
ads,
that's
and we
Facebook.
do.
Here we go.
Hurting consumers in the
Also Facebook. Here's Apple's response. Okay. Okay, so here is CEO Tim Cook.
If a business is built on misleading users, on data exploitation, on choices that are no choices at all, then it does not deserve our praise. It
deserves reform. So that's Tim Cook's response to Apple. Tim Cook was the predecessor of Steve Jobs after he died.
If a business is built on misleading users, on data exploitation, on choices that are no choices at all, then it does not deserve our praise. It deserves reform.
That's a nice snapshot from Tim Cook. So Tim Cook is making an argument against Facebook. Facebook says we help small businesses because we follow people, we take their information, and then we target individual ads to the people who want that service, and that helps small business. And then Tim Cook says, if a business is built on
If a business is built on misleading users.
Misleading users. What does that mean? Misleading users.
Say
it again, Roxy.
I know. Yeah, I try.
What is misleading?
Yeah.
When you know, put the truth in the, everything is going.
It's tricking somebody.
Yeah,
it's tricking because the essentially the way this targeted ad works is that you're always looking online saying, how do they know I like this? How do they know I want that? Or something like that. So I have a 2-year-old. If I go buy some diapers, all of a sudden I'm going to get a bunch of ads on my phone for diapers. I'm like, come on, leave me alone. That's essentially how this all works. Misleading users. So you do one thing, you look at one website on Google and you make one purchase on Amazon, and all of a sudden Facebook is throwing you ads for, unrelated or related things, and it's annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody likes it. But that's how targeted ads work. He says if a business is built on misleading, that's tricking users,
on data exploitation.
Data exploitation. What is the word exploitation?
When you consume a lot of.
It's to take advantage of someone.
Yeah, exactly.
To exploit.
When someone is they to do use over you.
Yeah.
Over you.
Yeah. It's to use somebody.
Mm-hmm.
On choices that are no choices at all, then it does not deserve our praise. It deserves reform.
It says it does not deserve our praise. We shouldn't be celebrating these targeted ads from Facebook. We should change the business model completely. So that's the argument. And that's where the debate really comes in. That the Wall Street Journal used these great action figures of the two CEOs. And essentially the debate is over how money should be made on the internet. So for the end of class today, what I want everybody to start preparing an argument in their mind for is this. I'm gonna go up here. What I'm gonna do later in a breakout room is this. How should business on the internet work? Should we pay for every service we use or trade our information for every service we use? Because every time we use a service, that service is getting money by taking our information and selling it to someone else. And that way we get to use a lot of stuff for no money. Great. But we're going to get ads we don't want. companies are going to follow us. And nobody's comfortable with that. Nobody likes to be followed. So if we do go the Apple route and choose not to let companies follow us online, how do these companies make money? The Netflix model. You pay, you use a service, you pay for that service. Like Duolingo, the language learning app. It's not free, you pay to use it.
But some apps have the option you can pay for no ad. You can pay monthly, like YouTube, if you don't want to see the app.
Yep. Yeah. You can always, when I use a YouTube video, you always see me waiting 4 seconds for the ad to go away. Yeah.
You can pay, you can.
Yeah. And that's really where the debate falls. Should we pay for every single service we use, or should we be trading our information and get what we want for free?
For me, I go there for free.
You'd rather pay for everything you use?
No.
Rather than be followed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a few apps in my phone. I can imagine pay for age. All my money is going to be in apps. No.
In my country say always someone pay for something. Nothing is free. Nothing. You can pay. Someone pay. If you
Somebody's
don't pay,
paying somewhere.
someone pay. Someone more pay for you.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. So that's what we're going to pause on right now. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to go into the worksheet, page 89 synonyms. So I'm going to pivot to good conversation. We'll get back to it at the end of class. I'm going to go to page 89 in the textbook. Here we go. That means I have to switch to my document camera. First, I'll hold it up. So here it is, page 89 in our textbook. Feels like we haven't used the textbook in a week or so. So good to get back to it. All right, page 89.
Need a pencil.
All right, so there we are. So page 89, synonyms. We haven't done, I like these synonym exercises because it helps build vocabulary. All right, so at the very top, it says read each paragraph, match each word in bold with its synonym in the box below. Compare answers with a partner. All right, we're just going to do this together. We're not going to break up, and I'm not going to put you in breakout rooms to do that. So the first word here up at the top says flourishing, and they give you an example. Underneath the word, they have a number, and down here we have synonyms, words and phrases that are similar or the same. So the word flourishing, that's a synonym of this phrase, doing well. Doing well is a synonym of flourishing. So that's done for us. All right. We can take turns sentence by sentence. I know some of you are working right now, so you might not be able to join in or hold up your textbook or turn your microphone on, so that's okay. I'll just ask for volunteers as they come. Who wants to start with the second sentence right here, with all the powerful tools? Who would like to begin? Marie Lombard.
However, we have to be, however, you have to be careful that the new online world does not undermine.
Oh, wait, Marie, I think we're at the top of page 89. Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did. Oh, yeah. Can you go to the sentence just before that, with all the powerful tools? Right, where I'm pointing?
Mhm.
Yeah, just start with the second sentence, with all the powerful tools, please.
Is it, you hear me?
Oh, just to start at the second sentence, please, with all the powerful tools.
The second,
Just before, however, with all the powerful tools at our disposal.
okay.
Thank
However,
you.
we have to be careful that the new online world does not weaken our personal freedoms.
Correct. Weaken our personal freedoms. All right. Very nice. Okay. And I was going to say, let's read that whole thing together. With all the powerful tools at our disposal, we can order products from faraway countries, speak to people around the globe. However, we have to be careful. The new online world does not weaken or undermine our personal freedom. So I'm going to put a star right here. This relates directly to the debate between Facebook and Apple today. Very good, Marie. Thank you. Who would like to read the next sentence? When we purchase.
Me.
All right, Narexi.
When we purchase an item on the web, we are
Simultaneously, yeah.
Simultaneously being monitored and spied on by business that keep a record of what we are doing.
Very good.
I
So
agree.
that's a fact, yeah. Simultaneously. Now, what's the synonym of simultaneously? So we got choices: follow, diverse, at the same time, or provoke. What is closest to simultaneously?
At the same time, same times.
Franklin got it right. So we put a 2 down here, at the same time.
Diverse.
Yep.
Diverse.
No, not diverse. That's not a synonym of diverse. Diverse means different.
Synonym.
It's at the same time.
At the same time is correct. So it's C right here. At the same time. That's what's whoops. That's what the is a synonym of simultaneously. At the same time being monitored. Simultaneously being monitored. That's a synonym.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right, thank you, Narexi. Now, the next sentence starts with knowing our personal information.
Can I go, teacher?
Go for it, Alessi. Hey, I thought you were working. It's so nice to hear your voice. I thought you were busy.
No, I'm here. I'm late.
Okay,
but
great. No problem. You're fine.
Knowing our personal information is only one item in an eclectic list of things. Eclectic list of things businesses can know. They can find out what schools we went to, what newspapers and books we read, even what we like when we highlight a passage in an ebook.
Very nice. So what's the synonym of eclectic?
Eclectic.
So that's number 4 right there, which got
Diverse.
Diverse, yes.
Diverse.
Eclectic and diverse are synonyms. Very good. So like we use in education, we use the word diversity a lot, especially in a class like this with people from all over the world. So I'll give you an example. This is a diverse classroom. Students come from many countries. This is an eclectic classroom. Students bring different perspectives from their different backgrounds. Does everybody see how that's synonymous, diverse and eclectic? Great.
Teacher, how do you pronounce the word is diverse or diverse?
Oh, you know what? That's really like a tomato. America, the way I say
Tomato
it
tomorrow
is,
is.
yeah, it's like, that's really just regional. So I'm an American from this part of the country, so I naturally say diverse, like diversity, diverse.
Mhm.
But I imagine you'll run into plenty of people who will say diverse. But
Rivers.
that's that's regional, so that's why it's a tomato thing.
Tomato tomorrow.
Tomato. They're both right. There's no, it's just some regional differences, the way people speak.
All right. It's an idiom. Okay.
Very good. Alessi, who would like to take the next sentence? Some people.
Me, teacher. Some people say. Hello?
Mhm. Oh, yep. Gotcha, Mindy. Hey, nice headphones. Fantastic.
Thank you, teacher. Some people say this spying can accompany our every move to the internet. We'd like to take a swipe at these companies, but we don't usually even know who or that they are.
Very good. A company. So what's a synonym of a company?
Company.
Follow is correct.
Yeah.
Hello?
Follow. Mhm.
Oh,
The correct answer is number 5 is A, follow. So to accompany is to follow. I'll give you an example. If you ask somebody to go with you somewhere, would you like to accompany me to the park on Sunday afternoon? Or may I accompany you on your walk to the whatever, to the gym or something? Follow is the same thing. Now, the last one in sight, the answer is given because there's only one left. So there it is. Incite is a synonym of provoke. But we could still have a volunteer reader. Anybody want to read that?
Yes, Franklin.
Franklin, our aim.
Our aim is not to incite paranoia and fear, but to increase people's awareness of what is going on in the online community.
Very good. Now, one thing I'd like to point out right here is very rarely do we have, one reason I like this textbook, very rarely do we have a textbook that was written more than 10 years ago, talking about exactly what people are talking about today. So for instance, if I look at this, I look at the date for publication. Okay, it's not 10 years ago. It's 5 years ago. But anyway, so 5 years ago, this says, okay, 2017. So copyright 2017 by Pearson. Pearson it's a big education company. I've got issues with it because they make a lot of standardized tests, which are pretty bad. But this textbook is pretty good in terms of like useful, relevant information to talk about. We're not talking about something that you're not learning words for conversations you're never going to have. So this right here is exactly what people are discussing right now. Okay, let's keep going. Who wants to take the next line? In this era of mass media.
In this area of mass media, we face a scary paradox.
All right, paradox. So now we're down here.
Letter B, contradiction.
Very good. Contradiction is a synonym of paradox. Very nice. All right.
Paradox. Paradox. Like,
yeah, paradox. Yeah. Very nice. All right. Who wants to take the next sentence? It's very easy to communicate.
It's very easy to communicate with many people on blogs, for example. but in order to sway opinions, many internet users resort to insult.
Aha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sway.
Sway. What does that mean? To sway opinions.
Sway is the
So we've got beginning, dislike, well-established, and influence. Which one's a synonym?
de balançar is I think it's dislike. No.
Not dislike.
No.
It's influence, right?
Correct.
Influence.
Yes, influence.
Influence.
Yeah.
Influence is a synonym of sway.
Yeah.
To influence public opinion, to sway public opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sway.
That's it.
You say yes or no.
Mm-hmm. Right. To control what we think. All right. Let's see. Next sentence, somehow. Let's take a look. Who has not had a chance to read yet?
Mary.
Marie, yes.
Mary.
Somehow, the innocence of the inaugural days of the web has been lost. Inaugural beginning.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
This is very much like the Jennifer Goldbeck lecture. Remember how she began and she said in the early days of the internet, anything you read online was put up by somebody who really knew what they were doing, and then that changed quickly. Next sentence, even on, who wants to read the next one? Even on, let me look at who's here. Natalia, would you like to read this next sentence? We haven't heard your voice yet.
Okay, teacher.
Even on mainstream.
In the second part.
Oh, right in the middle of, yes, in the second part, right where my pen is. Even on mainstream.
Even on mainstream sites like YouTube, people are often insulting each other in cruel comments that express antipathy rather than understanding.
That's correct. So we got two words. Mainstream.
Mainstream.
Dislike, teacher?
No, dislike is
no.
Antipathy.
Well,
dislike.
antipathy is dislike. Antipathy is a synonym of dislike.
Mainstream.
Well stabilized.
Right. Mainstream is well established.
Established.
Main.
So yes. Mainstream, like the mainstream, what everyone is familiar with. Well established. Yes.
Teacher, this pronunciation, well established.
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 Established. Established.
Established. All right. Very nice, everybody. Okay, so that's enough of this right now. What I'm going to show you is we're going to take a break very soon, but we have exactly 8 minutes. I'm going to go back to my virtual background. I'm going to choose which background do I feel like? Yeah, here we go. Now I'm going to choose, okay, I'm in Japan, Mount Fuji. Okay, so we've got 8 minutes before our break. When we come back in the second half, I'll start some of the end of semester interviews, but I think we should go further into understanding targeted ads, how they work, and how businesses do benefit from them. But ordinary users of internet tools are oftentimes very, very unaware of what they're trading, what they're giving up.
Okay.
So for this.
I like this, teacher. we're taking marketing class.
Oh, you're right.
I like it.
Oh, good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So for this, I'm going to use a little bit of comedy. This bit from The Daily Show. Hope everybody's familiar with this. All right, here we go. So that's where we left off. I asked the question, how should business on the internet work? Should we pay for every service we use or trade our information for every service we use? And I'll mute myself in a minute. Whoops, here we go. There we go. I'm going to use this bit by Trevor Noah. It's about 6 months old. And he talked about this introduction of the ATT, app tracking technology. And he uses a little bit of comedy, but he goes really, really deep into what information people can gather. And it's funny at the same time. So I'll play this. Let me know if you can hear first.
Apple dropped the latest.
Was everybody able to hear? Okay. I'm gonna mute my. Okay, could everybody hear that just a minute ago?
Yes.
Great, great, great. Okay. All right, so we'll just listen to this all the way through, and that'll take us to the break, and then we'll come back and discuss. Here we go. So he starts off saying, Apple dropped the latest update, and he talks about this app tracking technology. I mean, here we go.
Apple dropped the latest update to their iPhone operating system. And it has all sorts of new features. You know, you can now use the phone with a video game controller. You can design your own app icons. And there are 4 new voice options for Siri, including 2 black voices, which means millions of people are about to have their first black friends. So exciting! But the big update that everyone's talking about has to do with privacy. And it's the subject of our latest episode of If You Don't Know, Now You Know. What is one of the biggest concerns people have about modern technology? Privacy, right? Because our phones know everything about us. What music we listen to, how much sleep we get, what our face looks like when we're pooping. But now, Apple is going to give you a little more control over how widely that information is shared.
You know how it goes. You search for something online, then see an ad on Facebook or Instagram for that exact item. Well, Apple is making it harder for apps to track your online activity.
When you're using apps on your iPhone, you may start to see this.
Apple users must now give permission for apps to track your online activity data. Before, you could only opt out.
It's about time.
Jenny Gephardt is with the privacy nonprofit, the Electronic Frontier Foundation.
Switching from opt-out to opt-in is huge. That is what's going to really make a lot more users opt out of this tracking feature that wasn't built for users, it was built for advertisers.
That's right, people. With the new iOS updates, you have to opt in to being tracked online instead of having to opt out. And I know it might seem like a small change, but this is a huge deal because people are lazy as shit. Like, think about it. If Apple said that they were going to put all your nudes online unless you opted out, you'd probably be like, what? No ways. Where's that opt-out option? Settings, general. Where? You know what? I'm proud of my third nipple. Let's just do this. I don't care anymore. I got things to do. And people don't understand how much information Facebook is actually getting from your other apps. Like, you think it's a small thing. You know how you always like to your friends, oh, I was talking about something and then it popped up. Is my phone listening to me? No, it's the apps. Like, if you're in Atlanta and you check the weather in Vermont, it won't wait for you to search for a winter coat before it starts showing you ads for one. And if you've been ordering pizza every night on Grubhub, well, then the ads will show you a coat that's 2 sizes up because it knows. So this new privacy feature is good news for iPhone users, but it turns out it's very bad news for one of Apple's biggest rivals, Facebook. In fact, it's so bad for them that they've started throwing up pop-ups begging everyone to let them keep tracking us and warning us that if we don't, Facebook might stop being free of charge. And I'm not going to lie, people, that seems like an empty threat to me, because who would pay to be on Facebook with the type of people willing to pay to be on Facebook? I mean, that's like if a crack house had a cover charge. I actually wouldn't mind if Facebook started charging people, because I think if they did, maybe people would actually think for a second before they posted. The government puts fluoride in the water to brainwash us. Post. $2? I'll keep it to myself. Now, the reason Facebook needs to track its users is so that it can charge big bucks to advertisers who want to target very specific audiences. But Mark Zuckerberg knows that people don't care if he can't afford to give his hovercraft a Lamborghini for its birthday. So instead, he's asking you to think about the poor companies that'll suffer if he can't track you.
Facebook said Apple's move will harm their small business advertisers.
It's going to kill us. It's going to kill us.
But for Monique Wilson-Debriano, who was featured in a Facebook campaign and owns Charleston Gourmet Burger, the change has already affected sales and she's had to cut costs.
It's not about small businesses, wanting to take away anyone's privacy. All we want to do is really just service our customers better. So if someone loves hamburgers and they're looking for something that is just awesome, to make your hamburgers taste better, I would like to show my ad to you. And this update takes that away from small businesses like mine.
Okay, now this is interesting. I mean, I don't like getting tracked, but it is true that it does help some small businesses target their ads.
Okay, I was wrong about leading us to break. It's already 11 o'clock. And since you had the voice from a small business owner, which is exactly what we were talking about a minute ago, I think we'll stop right here. So there's a voice from a small business owner not happy about not being able to track people and target their ads. So let's stop right here, take our 10-minute break, and then let everybody think for a minute, and then we'll have some great breakout room discussions when we come back, okay? So pause, digest everything we've talked about in class, and we'll come back in 10 minutes. Here we go. I'm using a Google feature called Stopwatch. I use it every class. I don't want to start paying for it, but I don't, so I give Google my search history. There you go, trade. Thank you for the service, Google. You can have my search history. All right, everybody, take a break, get a cup of coffee. See you in 10.
See you in 10 minutes.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. All right. I see Perla Tavares, Natalia. Okay. If you're not here, raise your hand. Get it? All right. Okay. Let us continue picking up where we left off.
Things can have good side effects.
So, voice from a small business owner.
Apple dropped the latest update to
Small business advertisers.
It's going to kill us. It's going to kill us.
But for Monique Wilson Debriano, who was featured in a Facebook campaign and owns Charleston Gourmet Burger, the change has already affected sales and she's had to cut costs.
It's not about small businesses, wanting to take away anyone's privacy. All we want to do is really just service our customers better. So if someone loves hamburgers and they're looking for something that is just awesome, to make your hamburgers taste better, I would like to show my ad to you. And this update takes that away from small businesses like mine.
Okay, now this is interesting. I mean, I don't like getting tracked, but it is true that it does help some small businesses target their ads, And the truth is, in life, bad things can have good side effects. It's like how serial killers are bad. We all agree that they're bad. But you do get a lot of really interesting podcasts out of them. Yeah? No. So I can see what Facebook is trying to argue here. They're saying, do you really want to hurt small businesses before Amazon has a chance to bankrupt them? And honestly, I wouldn't mind targeted ads that much, but the thing is, it is how Facebook tracks all of us that I don't like. Like, it would be one thing if Facebook asked me, hey, Trevor, do you like hamburgers? We're going to show you stuff about food. But what Facebook actually does is basically just send some guy named Gary to just stalk my entire life.
Hey, Trevor, I heard you like hamburgers.
What? How did you know that?
I read an email you sent to your girlfriend.
So maybe you're still not swayed by the effect of this change on small businesses. And that's why Facebook is also warning of the bleak future that awaits all of us if they can't track our every movement anymore.
Facebook's pushing back. It relies on that data to target consumers with relevant ads. So if people do opt out, here's what Facebook says could happen. Say a young man is looking for a new pair of sneakers on his phone. Facebook claims that with Apple's new rules, it won't be able to use his search history and information about what other apps he uses to show him ads for things he wants to buy. So on Facebook or Instagram, he could end up seeing ads for women's clothing or furniture.
Really? This is a real argument? Come on, man. Get the f out of here, guys. We've lived our entire lives watching untargeted ads, right? TV ads, newspaper ads, billboards. None of those were targeted, and we were fine, right? Now, all of a sudden, they're making it seem like we can't live without them. Like we're going to be like, oh no, I'll have to watch untargeted ads? But how will I know if a product isn't for me? What if I buy tampons because I didn't know that I don't have a period? What if I buy dog food, but I don't have a dog? Am I a dog? Am my dog on tampon? I don't know. We can handle untargeted ads. In fact, sometimes untargeted ads introduce you to things that you never knew you needed. Yeah, like a shower seat. I didn't think about that before I came to America. And then now that I'm here, I realize just because I'm not 80 doesn't mean I can't get clean and comfortable. And on top of all that, Facebook makes it seem, like all they use that data for is to sell us the products that we want. But don't forget that the reason you often only see posts that make you mad as hell is because of all the time Facebook is tracking you, and they use that targeting to piss you off. It's not a coincidence that Facebook is always telling you that Joe Biden is going to make the Bible Spanish only, or that Trump stole all the mailboxes to give to Kim Jong-un. It's because they know how to keep you engaged for as long as possible, and they know this by tracking you. And again, I'm not pro-Apple here, right? But Apple didn't build their entire business model on stalking you. Facebook did. And if moving society away from tracking people means that Gary has to find a new job, then you know what? So be it.
But then, Trev, who will recommend creams for your toenail fungus?
Get the f out of here, Gary.
I hope that you enjoyed that as much as I did. That's why I wanted to share it with everyone. So Trevor Noah admitted that he does lean more towards the the Apple argument than the Facebook argument, that targeted ads are an invasion. People should opt in or opt out. But I want to do an exercise with everybody right now. Apple's new feature informs people to opt in to targeted ads. Opting in meaning let each and every app follow you or not. You could do this before that feature. What I'd like everybody to do right now is open up your phone, and this is Android or iOS, doesn't matter. Go into settings, So, okay, let me know when you're at settings, and then just scroll down. And after you see in settings, scroll all the way down for the phone features like notes and all that, all the stuff that comes with the phone. Then when you go to your apps, click, here we go. When you go to your apps, you should see something like that. Oops, I don't know if you, there it is. You should see something like that, where it's the list of all the apps. On the right-hand side, just click the arrow, and then who can tell me what features on the app you can go to the apps.
Yeah.
I'll actually get rid of my background because it's gonna be hard to see. So, all right, I'm getting rid of Mount Fuji behind me. Okay, so there it is. There's the actual wall behind me. All right, so you go into the apps, you should see something like this. All right, so does everybody see their apps?
Yes.
Whatever apps they have? All right, now, and one by one, let's see. Okay, here's CBS Sports. Okay, I'm going to show you. It has an arrow, and then for each app, it gives you features, what you can and what you do and do not allow the app to do. Everybody play with that for a minute. Go open up settings, scroll all the way down to their apps, and you should see however many apps you've got. For each app, you can individually choose what you let that app do. So here's my apps. I will open up CBS Sports, and you should see all of these choices.
Yeah.
Okay. Location.
Location.
Ask, it'll say never, ask next time, only while using the app. So everybody play with that for a minute and tell us, I want to hear from everybody, what do you choose to let your app know about you? So go into settings, scroll down to open one of your apps, and then choose what you want the app to do. So for instance, the Google app. Okay. Location. Do I let it know my location? Yes or no, sometimes. Microphone. Do I let it turn the microphone on to hear what I'm saying? Camera. See research. Language, all that. Okay, I think I'm going to choose it. Yeah. All right, I'm in Mexico now. I went from Japan to Mexico. Okay. All right, everybody, once you start playing with that, let's hear, what are some of the choices you make for your apps?
Can I go, teacher?
Go for it, Alessi, yeah.
I was seeing the messenger, and on the location option, I have the while using the app. Contacts, I download them to have access to my contact. I let them use the calendars. The photos, I don't remember, but maybe I did. So it say all photos. And microphone, I allow.
Oh, wow.
Allow, yes, allowed. So in local network, I don't even know what is this actually. And then camera, yes. Siri, I have all allowed for Siri, but I never use Siri, so I never use. And then background app refresh. Background app refresh, I have as a yes, and cellular data, yes. I think, yeah.
Wow, wow. Very nice. So Leslie, you're pretty much an open book, so to say. You're like,
Wow.
okay, yeah, you're pretty much telling these companies, hey, I have nothing to hide. Come on in. Welcome.
No, teacher, the thing is,
Sit down
I
in your
still
living
have a
room, have a
lot
cup of
to
coffee.
learn, you
Come
know?
on in.
No, because I try to don't let them have my information, but at the same time, I don't know, I don't know a lot of information about data, so it's something that I really want to learn because I want to get less access to them.
If you want to give less access, why don't you just turn off everything? Why don't you just say no, 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 never, never, never?
Right?
You can do that. You can turn off every individual app if you want. I mean, you turn off, but that
for
can
example,
sometimes get annoying.
yes, for example, if I need to use my camera, or if I want to send someone audio message on Messenger, I have to come again on the settings and then scroll down and go to the Messenger app and then put allow. They kind of, I know it's the thing is, we get tired of, going back and forth with this allowing. That's why sometimes we give them a lot of permission.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of time out of your day. We got other things to do.
Yes.
We stare at our phones enough. That's a good point. Very nice. So first breakout room discussion. I will actually be pulling some of you out of the breakout rooms to do some quick interviews. Only those of you who have filled out the end of semester evaluation forms. I'll just have like quick discussions with you in a separate breakout room. But for everybody else, I'm going to break up into small groups. And the question I want you to discuss is this. On your phone, what do you allow your apps to do? Now that I've asked everybody to go into settings, start looking at their apps and start looking at what they allow, what you allow your apps to do. So exactly what Alessi just did. She looked in her settings features. She said, okay, here are my apps. Here's the messenger. And here's what I say. Here's what I allow it to do. And here's what I don't. So that's what I want you to all to share and discuss. What are you comfortable with sharing? What are you not comfortable with sharing? Now that everyone's got their phone open and they're playing with those settings features. Okay. Everybody know what to talk about?
Yeah.
Great, great, great. So let's have some breakout rooms. Here we go. How many people? Let's do the math. Okay, I think 2 breakout rooms ought to be enough. And I'll do this manually. Here we go. 2 breakout rooms for discussion, and I'll make 1 for individuals to interview. Here we go.
George, if I
Yeah.
can stay right now for the personal interview, we can speak later.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Thank you.
Teacher, I have a question before you go. On the language option.
I'm gonna open the same thing.
Yes. If we have to put language so we can, I don't know, the preferred language.
Yeah, preferred
so
language.
They can use this as a way to get data from us.
No, I imagine so, yeah.
Because we don't have other option. We cannot not use the language.
Let's see. If I look at, I'm going to open up one, like a preferred language, just looking at these choices. Yeah, I think the language is kind of irrelevant. But of course, you're probably going to get targeted because with different ads because of the language. For instance, if let's say there's a big football game happening in Cape Verde, and if one app has Cape Verdean Creole, I'm thinking of a way to explain this to you in particular. You're probably going to get ads for that thing. Like I remember Franklin, it was somebody showed us, no, it was Jose in level 6 showed us, also Cape Verdean. He showed us ads for a Cape Verdean bank that's targeted to Boston's Cape Verdean community. So a company like that would definitely want that information.
Okay.
So yeah, anything, they'll take it all. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna open the breakout rooms and periodically pull individuals out. Okay.